Okay, so getting ready to go to bed tonight, and I wanted to just do some filming and kind of share my little hobbies here with you. I was mentioning before my video camera messed up that I'm a big fan of My Froggy stuff. You should check out her YouTube channel. You will be amazed at this woman's skills. Okay, and so what you're looking at right here, it just pales in comparison. And but you know, that's not something that I do for a living. I don't make doll furniture or little accessories for a living. This woman does, and by looking at it, the way it's filmed and everything, some of the things look so real. I'm really impressed with her work. But anyway, I have a bookcase here, and I have made a few rooms of furniture. Right now I'm only showing this bedroom. This bedroom is made for the little stuffed bunny here, and I call him Bun Bun. Bun Bun. And then I also have a little duck named Thaddeus that they share the room, and it's just for my own entertainment. You know, I've always liked miniature things, and I've always liked miniature things and tiny objects and doll houses and stuff. And people think because, you know, I enjoy the crafts and stuff that I would want to do it for a living. That's not the case. I mean, I do enjoy my hobbies, and they're actually a form of stress relief. And it's a very constructive way of dealing with stress. I do like childish things. So, I mean, I wouldn't mind, like, doing, like, an arts and crafts class with kids. I've always kind of thought that would be kind of fun on the sides, like maybe on the weekend, or you know, get together with some kids and do felt crafts or do little projects like this, working on doll houses or whatever. That would be fun. I wouldn't mind doing that. But for a living, absolutely no. I think the creative side of me is meant for the stress relief, and that's pretty much how I feel about that. Also, I don't think it would be a good idea for me to. I don't want to merge my crafts or my somewhat artistic ability in crafts with something that I would do for a living, because I don't want any dictation over it. I don't want anyone having any control over it. You know, I think some artists like working that way, but I know a lot of them who don't. And I don't really think it's something that I should ever put on the market. It's just something fun for me. But anyway, I guess I was interested in Bun Bun because I always bring him up when I think of a lot of the injustices that I've had to deal with. And, you know, I remember this little bunny I did not purchase. I was actually walking home one day from a walk in the evening. And this is like around 2012 when all this BS was going on at my job. And, you know, this cute little bunny, I was walking, and it was just like, oops, this little chair. It was like walking, it was just sitting there, like, flat face down in the dirt. And I'm like, oh, that's so sad, you know, like, it's so sad, it's so heartbreaking, you know. So I picked it up, and I always laugh and tell my husband, you know, like, the way people have treated me, I'm like, I care more about stuffed animals than I do people, okay? Serious, okay? I mean, the little stuffed bunny's life was in jeopardy, okay? I'm not sure if I would be that way with people. I mean, hey, you know, Bun Bun, he doesn't create waves, okay? He just does as he's told. But anyway, I'm just kind of like trying to like move my mood and trying to lighten the mood a little bit, and I just thought I would share that. Like I think I mentioned this. Maybe I've tried this so many takes. I've tried making this film, this little presentation, I guess, or whatever you want to call it, 3 other times, and I didn't realize that my card was full and I had to empty it. And so this is, I don't know if I explained before or not, if I created some other rooms. This is a bookcase. It's got 3 layers on it. And so what I did was on the bottom I have, I don't know if you can see it, it's kind of dark in there. You probably can't. But, well, maybe you could make it out. It would be better in the light. But, you know, this is the kitchen that I made. And it's really cute because I got some, like, green colored paper. Oh, there we go. Some green colored paper and line the walls. I am not an artist like this one girl. I mean, the My Froggy stuff, the girl I was talking about, she makes amazing things. I mean, I'm just so amazed at her things that she makes. But this is the little kitchen. I thought it was really cute. These chairs I got at the dollar store, I don't think I'm going to use them. I'm going to make something different with them because I don't like them. They came with a little set that came with these little plastic, see this little kettle that you see on the little stove that I made? That, and it came with the little dishes and stuff like that I put in this cabinet. And so the chairs came extra, so I'm just using those until I can actually do something with it. But I also have to do some work up here. I had to cut a little hole as, you know, an entranceway. I made this refrigerator. This is very basic stuff. I am not good at it like the girl who does that video channel, the My Froggy stuff. I don't know her name, but I have to say I'm very impressed with what she does. I'm very impressed. I always look at it and it entertains me. You know, I look at the dolls and the furniture that she makes, and you know, she's just extremely talented and good at what she does. I think it's great. I think that's her daughter that does the videos with her, and I'm always just like, wow, what a wonderful relationship to have. I mean, like, if I had a daughter, I would probably be into this. I mean, I would probably have like a mansion or something. I mean, because I do enjoy that sort of stuff. And, you know, I think a lot of people think, oh, well, that's childish. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I mean, this lady, she makes a living on it, and it's very, I can tell she enjoys it. I think there's a difference between what's mature and childish. Like, childish to me is shucking off responsibility or making decisions, you know. Immaturity is more like when you're not able to make good decisions and conduct yourself in a certain way. You know, I think that reflects your ability to do so. You know what I mean? I guess, I don't know if that's a really good explanation, but, you know, I don't think this is childish. I think it's a stress reliever, and it's something that I enjoy. I don't think it has any should not have any reflection on my my ability to make life decisions. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like I can make life decisions, and I think I have the ability to use logic and reason. This is just simply a little hobby that I have. I would show you the living room, but it's not really that great. I mean, I don't think the kitchen's that great, but I think it's I would say that I'm content with the kitchen, only because, you know, I am a beginner at this. But like the couch in this little living room, I made 2 couches. I think I made them a little too big. But let me see. I'll show you the little love seat I made, and it's really basic. I mean, when you look at her stuff, you'll think, gosh, you know, that is so like amateur compared to what she made. But you know, I'm content with it because I'm a beginner, and I hopefully in the future I will make more projects that will be more improved, you know, as I go along. But this is just like my little getaway, and it makes me happy, you know. But anyway, I think I was talking about how I had more compassion for stuffed animals than I do people. That's not entirely true. I mean, I do care about people. Like, you know, I care about the elderly, and I care about children with disabilities, and I care about the homeless people and that sort of thing. But I do know that people do have, they tend to have a side to them that is extremely selfish, and they can cause a lot of damage. So, you know, I tend to be very, very skeptical when it comes to my relationships and people and how I can get close to them or develop relationships with them, because I'm very well aware of their, like, you know, their ability to be a backstabber. So, you know, stuffed animals are cute, they're cuddly. You can make a personality in stuffed animals. You know, I often thought that, you know, ventriloquists, even though they're not, those little dummies aren't like stuffed animals, but, you know, I think you can animate and you can pretend and think, you know, personalities or make personalities up, you know, as you go along. And sometimes me and my husband, we take these little dolls and stuff and we make them talk, and it's funny. We entertain each other with it. And sometimes I do use these stuffed animals to kind of work out issues, or they tend to take on some of the personalities of the perpetrators that I had to contend with, you know? And sometimes when you act this out, like, you know, it becomes funny. It's funny to look at it in a different way. So it's kind of like what do you call it? Role playing, or it's to me it's a productive way of dealing with sometimes things that are yucky and uncomfortable, and sometimes it's just you can make it comical, and that's pretty much what I do. I think I channel my anger in positive ways, you know, and like I said, you know, people who go through workplace mobbing, gang stalking, there's times where people behave in a very dangerous manner. I mean, I mentioned before about people who go postal, that sort of thing. That just doesn't really suit me. It just doesn't. So I channel my energy into something different, you know, something that I can think is funny. If somebody says something that's off color, I can make one of the stuffed animals say it to another stuffed animal, and then it's funny. And, you know, and these stuffed animals sometimes do have the personalities of some of the main perpetrators that I had to contend with. You know, I have a frog that that's very egocentric and just says just rude things, and it makes me laugh. You know, it's funny to me. So that's how I deal with my stress, and I think it's a very productive way. So anyway, I just wanted to share that video with you, and I know it's kind of silly, but like I said, this is my vlog, okay? It's like my journal. It's like my diary, so I guess I can pretty much do what I want, but this is just something I wanted to share, and hopefully, you know, once I'm in a situation where I'm not so stressed out, I could, you know, focus more energy on doing these little crafts around the house and entertaining myself, because right now I'm at a standstill. I really don't feel up to working on the curtains for the kitchen and, you know, mounting this little thing on the wall, because I was thinking about adding a Kindle, like, or the little Kindle, or maybe a cell phone at the very bottom of the in the living room, because that way it could be like a big screen TV. I noticed that some of these people who make these crafts use items around the house, you know, and that's what I'm trying to do. I have the couch that I just made. Some of this is made of cardboard. This is made of cardboard stock, with the exception of the furniture pieces that I bought from the dollar store. These were wooden, and I just painted them primary colors. You know, like the little pieces here. This is a thimble that I got in a sewing kit, and then I sliced off a piece of I guess I don't know if you call these things, foam board, and then I made a ruler, and then I made these like little pencils, you know, out of toothpicks, and I try to make it, you know, I try to find household items, and that's the key. I had seen that some people made toilets, you know, so I'm trying to collect pieces that I can use to make these little household items. Now, I can see how people use, like, dental floss boxes, you know, as toilet. This looks like the toilet tank, doesn't it? I mean, doesn't it? And then, you know, some people use, like, little caps or whatever, and then you can put, like, a little flusher here and whatever. But, and then, of course, you know, I would like to complete this, and I will keep it forever. But, you know, eventually I would love to buy. I would love to buy, you know, a dollhouse. You know, I've seen some of the dollhouses in the stores, and there used to be a dollhouse place out in Rosedale. And I used to love going in there. I mean, the houses in there, I could just look in them forever. I mean, ever and ever. And, you know, they were so lifelike, you know, like the little magazines and the dishes and the furniture, and, you know, the way that some of the little dolls were posed. It really did look like it had this feel that you were just looking in on a real house, you know, and that's kind of what I'd like to get in the future. But I still am enjoying, you know, the project of making furniture, and even though it's not good. I mean, if once you take a look at this woman's work, I mean, you will laugh. I mean, you'll laugh at my stuff. I mean, if she saw my stuff, she would probably laugh and roll her eyes. But I would say that, you know, it's colorful, and it does add a lot of, it does bring a cheerful mood to the bedroom. And yes, this is in my bedroom, and I really don't care what anybody thinks about it. You know, hey, I've gone through a lot, so cut me some slack. So anyway, I'm going to wrap up this video, and I hope you have a wonderful night. Good night. Bye-bye.